Hi, it's a beautiful day in November to be out for a run. I'm running along thinking about, of all things, Shakespeare's sonnet number 73. It's one of the most famous ones that a lot of us had to learn when we were in school, high school, college. It's about separation and loss. It's a very sad poem, and it's the one that goes like this. That time of year thou mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves or few or none do hang upon those boughs that shake against the cold, bare ruined choirs where late the sweet birds sang. And then it goes on with another one that compares him to the sun going down, and another one that compares him to a fire burning out, and draws a two-line conclusion of how mortality hurts. And I think it's a true point. But I think about Shakespeare hunched over his desk in London, the dark and gloomy skies outside, and his emotions cascading from one quatrain to the other with these metaphors. And I wonder what would have happened if after that first quatrain he got up and went for a run. There's a fine book by Christopher Berglund that's called The Athlete's Way, Sweat and the Biology of Bliss. He does a lot of great things in this book about exercise, but I think the neatest thing is the way he analyzes the neuroscience and biochemistry that happens when you exert for a long period of time. Most runners are familiar with the runner's high, and there are very few that at one time or another, to some degree or another, don't experience it. You just feel really good. You feel really happy. And sometimes that feeling lasts for quite a while. And it's due to a powerful release of endorphins and some other subtle chemicals that Berglund discusses. John Rady, who's a psychiatrist at Harvard Medical School, actually believes these are powerful enough to be perceived of as potential treatment. In other words, exercise can be used for people with emotional and mental issues because these chemicals do lift you up. And most of us who run over 30 minutes, one time or another, experience it. Sometimes something totally different happens. Instead of saying, I really feel good, you're running along, and then you realize on a day like this, there's the sun, you feel it, you hear the sound of the creek, you feel the pain in your legs, and then a moment comes where there's no you, there's sun, a creek, legs, and it's a very profound, short, intense period of just absolute joy. It's a hard thing to talk about. It's probably better described in an ancient Zen story from Zen Buddhism. There is a man hanging from a cliff by a vine. He looks up, and there are two mice chewing on the vine. He looks down, and there are two tigers circling, looking up at him. He looks ahead, thinking about his difficult situation, and he notices a wild strawberry growing out of a rock. He reaches over, pulls that strawberry, and bites into it. How sweet it tastes. I sometimes wonder if I'd been back in London, if it might not have been good to stop by where William Shakespeare was writing and said, Will, put down your quill, get off your butt and sweat a little bit. Let's go for a run. Had he done that, it might have changed the course of English literature. He was a great writer. He would have written great, short haiku. And I think he would have been a lot happier. Look forward to seeing you out here.